Terminator, and today I'm gonna make a new video. So this is a top 5 list. This is a special top 5 because this is my top 5 moments from me in media that, in my opinion, just were plain ass old goddamn funny. So here's the rules. Each of them comes from a different type of media. Each 5 of them. One comes from each of them representing one kind of media or another. For example, there's ones that are going to be a movie, anime, cartoon, and video game. Wait, 2 seconds. Oh, that means it's a top 4. Sorry, I kind of dropped the bandwagon there. But anyway, these are the 4 moments from these kind of cartoonish and places things that just was plain old funny. So let's get this started with number 4.
What just happened?
Now the first moment is from the Sonic OVA movie, which by the way, in my opinion is a movie, so it kind of counts on the movie department in my opinion, and not counts as an anime moment. Anyway, the moment in question I'm talking about is not the shut up Tails moment, is well this moment right here.
According to my calculations, if the robot generator isn't stopped by sunrise tomorrow, there will be a giant explosion! Huh? Fine! Don't blame me when this happens!
Now honestly, this is a funny moment. Not just because that the fact that he's talking it like there's a big danger, but the funny fact is that everybody is sleeping during his explanation, and the fact that he's getting annoyed by it, and the fact that when he explodes, makes the thing go boom, he gets a funny look on his face at the end, which by the way makes it hilarious. But it's not that high because it's been a long time since I watched the movie, but I still enjoyed that scene. So, well, we're gonna go to the next moment. Next!
What just happened?
Now, I haven't really had a hard time finding which moment moment that is funny in video games. But then I remembered a moment in Lego Batman 2, well, DC Superheroes, which was a pretty funny moment in my opinion. Anyway, the moment in question is at the end, so spoiler alert, sort of, because I forgot to say that at the beginning there's gonna be spoilers. But anyway, here's the moment I'm talking about.
So, Bats, you need a little help rebuilding the Batcave?
No, Robin and I.
Yes, we'd like some help. Say it with me.
Okay, we probably could use some.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me to help you rebuild the Batcave?
Well, no. I was asking Green Lantern.
I don't think this is your color.
Sorry. It's just the fact that it's so funny to find a moment like this. Basically, the moment is where Batman asks for some help to rebuild the Batcave, as you can hear, and Superman figures it's him that's going to rebuild the Batcave. Only to find out that he was asking about Green Lantern, only to Green Lantern replying, "I don't think that green is your color, Batman," or as he said in that clip you just showed. But for obvious reasons, it's not any higher. But it was unexpected, which makes it funny. So next.
What just happened?
Okay, on a show, a cartoon moment that it was pretty hilarious. What can I pick? Oh yeah, I remember one nostalgic cartoon I remembered that was aired on 2 channels. One of them is no longer existing, and that show is...
Who's a little like water and oil? Mr. Whisker. What's in the kettle and
Ah, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. I remember watching the living hell of that show on Toon Cartoon before it was shut down in 2008, and remember keep watching it on Disney Channel before there was stuff showing it in 2010. And, well, it's pretty good. I remember almost every episode. One episode where Mr. Whiskers makes a car out of fruit, and wow, there's a lot of moments that are fucking hilarious, but I decided to pick one that I always, for some reason, still keeps talking about to this very day, which is fucking hilarious, by the way.
Brandy, cheer up, it's a beautiful day! The birds are singing, the frogs are frogging, the monkeys are throwing things at me again! Beat it, you pesky primates!
That is what I like about this series, by the way. It's humor. It's working in almost every category. Even though some of them may be gross, they're still pretty hilarious. Like this one, I always mentioning. The birds are singing, the frogs are frogging, and the monkeys are throwing stuff at me again. That's what I like about this series. It's charm. The charm makes it clear that it's funny, it's lighthearted, and sometimes that it makes it clear that some moments can be heartwarming, in my opinion. Which it's just freaking hilarious. The point that every character has a great personality, in my opinion, and never comes off as cool and disgusting like some characters I know. Sure, they're not great, but in my opinion, it's just the nostalgia that comes to me. I remember almost every character in this show. I remember Brandy being the rich dog that is basically trying to act like a rich person and doing funny stuff, while Mr. Whiskers is more of the person who likes to make more funny stuff than just do sleepovers and do what a girl does, and as well as being not very being disgusting, as in not taking baths sometimes and other types of things he does. And it's just that this series is what I always remember watching on the channel, on Disney Channel and on Toon Disney before that was shut down in 2008. And I really got sad when I found out that they stopped airing the show in 2010. Okay, this is just, nostalgia talk right now, basically. Oh yeah, by the way, the moment where he gets hit by something happens again. Seriously, they're so funny. Why it's not...
Hey, wait a minute, I'm the one throwing the party! You're just... throwing things again! Ow! Hey!
I just wish they had more than just 2 seasons, because that's how I think of the show. It's really, really great. But anyway, you might be asking, what can beat a nostalgic show like this to be number one? Anyway, that's what we're gonna see right now.
What just happened?
Alright, this may be considered cheating because this anime is basically based on a video game, but I'm still counting it as number one. So what anime has the moment that is that funny? Well, basically it's an anime based on a video game series, which in my opinion deserves a lot of attention. You guys, we probably don't know it much because we only got a few things. Basically, this series of video games, in my opinion, really should get, just like Klonoa, really should deserve a lot more attention it normally has. So what series am I talking about? Well, I'm talking of course about this series of video games. sorry, I forgot to say, this gaming series that has an anime that should need more attention, and this is the show. Sorry, and this is the video game series I am talking about right here. Metabots. Why is nobody looking at this series just like in my opinion, just like Noah? It's sadly, basically not seen as much. In my opinion, it's an overlooked series, just like Klonoa. Because here's the thing, Klonoa had the thing that it had some 10 or so games that was released here. However, here how many games do we get? Well, simple. We get 4 games, 5 games, 4 Game Boy Advance games, and 1 GameCube game. Here, and that's it. What? Okay, of course we get the animated series, which is actually pretty cool. Actually pretty good for what it is, but seriously, it has been the series has been here since the 1990s. I mean, okay, seriously, why is this isn't look just like and deserves more attention, especially the fact that the series is still going. Unfortunately, it's only Japan that are getting the games, not us, which I found pretty shameful. Because how the game works and everything is fucking good. I mean, I played it on an emulator and I still fucking love the game. I mean, why isn't it giving them that much attention? But of course, the cartoon is actually pretty funny and hilarious. I also like the different relationships like Menebi has with his meta player, which is, well, I think it's Ike, or crap, I forgot the name. Anyway, this series is about players called meta players who has these meta bots falling around them every 2 turns. In this case, the main meta bot we see is Menebi. And the moment we're talking about comes from episode 2, where Menebi and, well, his meta player has to defeat a school bully in a meta battle. Yes, because they're battling each other, they're robots against robots, against a bully's metabot named, well, Peppercat, as you can clearly see here. Of course, with some thinking and some strategy, they managed to get to beat her and her Peppercat, only to realize that there's someone even more powerful than her and his 3 other people. And while he is called
Baron von Banish. Baron von Banish?
Who's that?
I don't know, but he sounds scary.
Scary is right.
The Baron controls everything at our school. Some say he controls this whole area from behind the scenes. What?
But I thought no one's ever seen him.
Perhaps we're finally...
Of course, then the Baron shows up. Baron von Banisher suddenly shows up to battle against, well, Menebi with his own Metabot, by the way. Which, by the way, when I first look at this, he looks menacing. This is Banisher, his Menebi's foe he's gonna fight against. He looks intimidating. Of course, well, they're getting ready for a battle. And now, let's do this moment. Because, well, look, he's menacing. He's awesome. He looks like something that will ready to make giving Menebi a very, very hard battle, of course. Which means that an awesome, epic battle is coming. But then this happens.
Vanisher!
I don't Can I see that scene again?
Attack, Banisher!
Metabee wins!
What can I begin with this moment that is so hilarious? How can I even begin to describe this moment? Well, let's start with the fact that the person Metabee is gonna fight is well, basically looks intimidating, as well as Metabot is also very intimidating. I mean, come on, look at the name, Banisher. That sounds like intimidating. And also, according to the stats, yes, it's stats. According to this stat right here, the ability as shown in this one, according to the robot, its special ability is strong appearance. I mean, come on! That should easily be clarified as an intimidating baddie he's gonna fight up against. Then, of course, then the ultimate battle we so think is coming, but nope, the only thing that happens is that Metabee shoots with his rifle, and then that's it! One shot, and then the battle is over! I mean, come on! Seriously, and I thought this Meta fighter was gonna be intimidating. I mean, who would expected something like this? Who expecting this? It's coming out of nowhere, and their expressions, Jesus, they're just fucking hilarious. Look at them. They're freaking surprised to see a freaking intimidating guy like him getting beaten by one single shot. I mean, come on. I thought those things happened. And of course, after that, they of course talk about making remarks that the battle itself was pretty lame, and they were expecting more than something like that. I mean, come on. Their snarky comments were pretty fun, and there it goes to white. I mean, come on. Just listen what they're saying right here.
That was it?
Somehow, I expected more.
A little anticlimactic, don't you think?
What kind of wimp would be scared of that guy?
And that is why I do like, in terms of show, I really like Brainiac and Mr. Whiskers much more. But the problem is, this moment just cracks me up. I mean, when I first saw this episode, I was expecting a very, very great battle coming. But then when I saw it, I was just laughing out loud because how unexpected it was. It was unexpected funny, and their expressions was fucking hilarious to watch. I mean, come on, who never saw that one coming, and then he says babbling nonsense afterwards, and then they just remarks that the battle was just, well, lame. Come on. Anyway, I'm Andre Terminator, and this moment is the best one. This moment is the funniest moment in my opinion. So now let's see it again in a different version.